Good morning, Michael Walsh here with Roger Norgel. Welcome to Norwal Farm and welcome to our channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell, and if you would please hit the like button. Also, please leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. In today's video, we're going to review our fall lambing group we have started. We've had a few surprises, some disappointments, and so we're going to review our fall lambing group with you. This is the first group that we have bred for fall lambs, so let's get started now. And once again, thanks for joining us. Nobody likes to make a mistake, and I'm no exception, but I will admit it when I do. This is number 21. She had a really nice set of twin lambs in January. She's the one that had the vaginal prolapse, and we put the truss on her, and it worked fine. And I should have stuck to my guns and called her. I mean, she survived, raised two good lambs. But I thought, well, she responded to the truss. We'll give her another chance. Well, she's about 2 weeks from lambing. She prolapsed again this time, and I won't show it to you. You can kind of see back there, there's flies, but she actually tore her vulva or vagina, and she has intestines hanging out. So she's suffering. We're going to euthanize her and bury her today. So just goes. I tried to give her a chance. I knew better, and I should have called her after we weaned her lambs. So learned a lesson and admit my mistake. That's part of the tough part of farming. Up here in the barn, this is the October group, and that ewe right there, she's a first timer. Scanned for a single. We are 10 days from expected lambing date, and she just kind of stood back. She didn't go up and eat any of the baleage over here like the rest of the ewes did. She did eat her grain this morning, but just keep an eye on her. I don't know if maybe she's getting ready to have premature lamb or what's going on, but she's been pawing out her bed a little bit. Don't know. Hopefully it's not, but she's just been standoffish and not acting normal. There's a little pawing there, so might be early labor, but we'll keep an eye on her and see how it goes. I hope it's not another early delivery or abortion, but we'll just keep an eye on her. It's about 45 minutes to an hour after I had seen her earlier, and she's up eating now, so I'm hoping that maybe it was just a little bit of false labor going on. We'll still keep an eye on her, but she's up there eating right now. Well, the ewe was in labor. She's about 10 days early. The lamb is alive. I don't know if it's going to survive or not. She was scanned for a single. So I'm just going to get a couple of gates and just make a pen for her there. And we'll see what we can do, and hopefully we can keep it alive, but I have my doubts. Well, the ewe's being a very good mother. She drank about half a bucket of water. And the lamb is small, but you can actually see the ringlets on the wool, so that's a good sign. It indicates more maturity. A lot of times premature lambs will be very slick and just not have any wool at all. I did stomach tube it with some powdered colostrum, gave it about 2 ounces, and gave it a warm water enema, and she's resting now. She has vocalized just a little bit. Has not stood up yet. My guess is it weighs about 4 or 5 pounds. I didn't bother to weigh it because I didn't want to stress it that much. Next 72 hours will be critical. I feel like if it can make it 72 hours, then it's got a decent chance. But right now, I would say its survival chances are about 50-50. The mother does have milk. I checked her, so that's good to go. And she's been very attentive, and now she's eating. So our fall lambing is off to a start in a surprising way. We'll keep you posted. We are having near record heat for October, and this ewe right here, number 15, about the last 3-4 days, she's been just panting. So I decided to shear her off, and I just finished her. Wasn't too stressful. Just once you get the halter on them, they stand there. So I have decided to go ahead and shear all these. It'll be much cleaner for lambing, and it will be cooler for them. And they've got enough time to grow wool before winter. In getting her shorn, I realize I have them over conditioned. That sheep there would be a body condition 5 or 4.5. Ideally they should be 3.5, 4. So they're just a little bit too fat. So I'll have to watch that in the future. But it's really hot. I've had this fan running during the day for the last week, and I actually left it on last night. But you can see that ewe there. She's huffing and puffing. So we're just going to get all these shorn off. Just that little exertion's got her mouth breathing again, so I think it'll be much better for her. And an update on the first lamb, or first ewe that lambed. Lamb was never able to stand. I stomach tubed it, I think, 3 different times, and it just wasn't coming along. So it was dead the next morning, and so I put her out on pasture with the January group. She'll do fine on pasture, no extra supplement or anything like that, and we'll just leave her out there. So unfortunately, first lamb died. It's Monday, October the 7th. We're 5 days away from actual due date on the earliest ewes. This ewe here aborted early. She's a first timer. And this ewe here lambed early. Weak lamb, it's not going to survive. So we definitely have an issue going on. Most likely it's chlamydial infection. It's called enzootic ovine abortion. So I think all these that aren't developing much udder may be going to abort, unfortunately. We'll see. Like this one, about half of them, a little over half. So I've got to call into the vet. I think you can take blood samples and test them for it, and hopefully find out what's causing this. Don't know where it came from. It obviously came from one of the group of sheep that I bought. It's most common in first timers because they don't have any immunity to it. We've had usually one in every group that one of them miscarried early on. There was bloody discharge in one of the groups. And then each one of them group, there's been a early lamb or, a weak lamb born that died. So, got to get this figured out. If that's the case, it requires a vaccination. The group we just bred is too late to vaccinate them, so we may have an issue next time in February as well. But you give them 2 vaccinations. First vaccination at least 60 days prior to breeding, and then the second one's 3 days later, or 3 weeks later, and then an annual booster after that. So unfortunately, we're not off to a very good start, but that's part of farming. Things happen and you have to solve the problems. It is Tuesday, October the 7th. We're 5 days away from the official due date. Knock on wood, no more ewes in labor. Not holding my breath. We're not out of the woods yet, but the lamb that was born the day before yesterday? No, yesterday. Monday, whenever that was. It was doing a bit better. It was standing up, so I was tubing it, but this morning it's nearly dead, so we're not gonna do anything heroic. It's just too early. Its mom is actually over there eating the one with the wool. We're gonna shear this one today and this one today. Those are the last 2 to shear. Like I said, not through the woods or out of the woods yet. That ewe with her rear to me is marked for triplets. She's got a little udder there. We'll see. I'm just not real convinced that everything's going to go smoothly yet. So hopefully we get some results on those tissue samples we sent in. It's my understanding you only get about 30% of the time do they identify the causative agent when it comes to chlamydia. So hopefully we got enough this time, and we'll just go from there. If we don't get any results back, it looks a lot like chlamydia, so I will probably start vaccinating for it just to see if that solves the problem. It's not going to hurt them. There's a Kelbacterin, so no risk of introducing it. So we'll see. But won't lie, it was disappointing, but that's part of it. That's farming. Things happen, and you have to solve the problem and adjust and go on. So anyway, another week we should have a number of lambs here according to our breeding dates. It's Tuesday evening, October the 7th. I just finished shearing all the sheep. That one and this one right here. These two are first timers. They don't have as much udder as the others, but they have pretty good sized abdomens, so I don't know for sure what's going on. It's possible they might have gotten bred on a following cycle or something. This one's starting to form some udder, but not much there, so we'll just have to wait it out and see. She's got more than this one, but they're not going to have them in a week. So anyway, there are 9 left in here. The little lamb, I euthanized it today. It wasn't getting any better, just lingering suffering. So those 2 ewes I put back out on pasture. And so we started with 13. Actually, we started with 14 in this group. One didn't breed, and she's in the January group. But of the ones that supposedly bred, we started out with 13, and now we're down to 9. So the one had the prolapse that we euthanized, and then we've had 3 that have aborted / really weak premature lambs. So anyway, still sorting this out and waiting for results from the tissues we sent in. Wednesday morning, October the 8th, full moon, walk out to a live set of twins. They've both been nursing. She was scanned for triplets, but 2 nice big healthy lambs. We're a little bit early, but that can happen. But being a first-time mom, she's doing a really good job. So we'll get a fresh pen for them and get some straw and get them processed. So I think we're close enough to our due date now. I probably shouldn't say this. I think we're going to hopefully be okay, but their instinct is just amazing. It's getting right in there and nursing. One nice thing about having them shorn, there's nothing to interfere with them finding the nipple. So, really pleased with that. So we should be done here in short order. There's a couple that are, I think, going to be maybe a cycle later, but looking good. I don't know if I ever showed you what the baleage looks like. We've been feeding it for a month and a half, but it's kind of a brownish color, but it smells really sweet. It's really tender. They really like it, the lambs, the fat lambs and the ewes. I tossed some over to the rams here yesterday just a little bit, and they just snarfed it down. So they treat it like candy. But we just peel off enough plastic for what we need to feed that day. In a day's time, this is going to dry just a little bit, but it's not going to spoil. And we just go right down the line to the end. We tested this, a third codding right here. There's only about 13 bales of it, but it really tested well. Much less moisture. This baleage here was about 55 to 60% moisture. The one next to it over here was about 45. So that's better, and very high digestibility, and it was 23.5% protein, which is really good. So we'll use that probably on the lactating ewes this winter once they've had their lambs. The ewes that are lambing now, once we get them situated and lambs are used to following mom, we're going to put them out on the hayfield, the stockage, and let them graze that. That's as good as hay, and it's really high in nutrition. And then we'll have them on some grain too. The baleage we're feeding out of was baled on July the 16th of this summer, so it's been fermenting most of it for nearly 3 months. So it's really good forage. This was the plug on the end of the bale, so we don't feed that because it's dry hay and a lot of times spoils. An update on the pasture that we reseeded. It's slowly coming. You can kind of see the green streaks out there. There's where the water drains from the parking lot, comes out there, and you can see the extra moisture, how green that is. We've just not had the rain we normally do this time of year. Monday we had a little bit less than 2/10 of an inch. We did sow a crisscross pattern. You can see some of them coming up there. There are some green areas, so it's better than it was. Yeah, there's some crisscross pattern down there going that direction. So hopefully we get some more rains. We sowed at the typical time of year you're supposed to. That 2/10 did help some more to come up. I think we're got a chance of rain again, I think next week, and then it's going to be dry again for a while, and then another potential chance. But we just need a couple of really good soaking rains to give this a chance to come up and take off before winter. So that's the update on the reseeded pasture. We purchased a tractor-mounted spreader. You can spread fertilizer, and then you can also broadcast seeds in different fields. So it holds 500 pounds. And it has an agitator in it to keep it from caking up. I did about half of it yesterday. I think we have about 8 acres to do total. And it's in areas where the big seeder from the co-op or the spreader just can't get in there, and some of it's hilly. So it's a little tractor. I can back up the hill and then come down and spread it. So I want to finish that today. It came bagged. So there's 10 bags in there, just 500 pounds. And there's 10 bags in here, and I'm going to put those in the loader, take those down to the field with me. So I want to get that done today. Twins are 24 hours old and doing well. And this year, instead of putting numbers on them, I'm just going to put a dot that corresponds to where the mother's dot is. Now, some of the ewes have dots in the same place. So the next one that has a dot there, I'll just put another dot on her in front of it, and then I'll mark the lambs with 2 dots. Uses less paint, and don't have to worry about numbers that way. But they're doing well. The other twin is right down here. She's resting. Gave them a little bigger pen today. And they got ear tagged and got their rubber band put on their tails, so they're docked. So they did really well with that, just minimal discomfort. Just put the baleage in for the ewes over there, and you can see how they just really dig into that. They really like that baleage, and they're doing well on it. So I think we're going to leave the video here. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm, and have a great weekend.